Alright, so you're converting the fractions to decimal numbers. Okay? Remember how we did that yesterday? How do we convert fractions into decimal numbers?
4 divided by 3.
Right. We take the bottom number into the top number. Okay? So when you set it up, the bottom number goes out front, and the top number goes underneath. Okay? Can you take 4 into 3?
No.
No. What do we have to do?
Decimal.
We have to add a decimal and a 0.
And then you gotta don't forget to take it on top.
Yep. Before you do anything, you bring your decimal to the top. Okay? Now, how many times can 4 go into 30 without going over?
7 times.
7 times. Before or after the decimal?
Before. No, after.
After. What's 7 times 4? 28. Ten minus 8? Which? We really didn't need to work this one out, right? We really didn't need to work this out, did we?
No.
No? Why? What should we think about? Remember what I talked about yesterday when we have 4s on the bottom?
Money.
Money. Talking about quarters. Okay? If you have 4 quarters, how much money do you have? $1. If you have 3 quarters, how much do you have?
95 cents.
75 cents. Is this 75 cents?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So you shouldn't have to work number 2 out either. Right?
Yeah.
Ain't that 50?
50 cents. So 0.50.
Finish up. Good.
If you get stuck on activity 2, I want you to look at page 57 in that book that I just handed out to you. Your stuff. Your stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at number 3. What number goes up front? 9/4. What goes up front?
Shoot. 4.
4. What goes underneath?
9.
9. Can 4 go to 9?
No.
Can it go to something close to 9?
8.
Yeah, 8.
That was wrong. That was wrong.
4 going to something close to 10? 2? What's 10 minus 2? Or, I'm sorry, 10 minus 8. I just gave you the answer. What? 2. Add one more 0. 4 times what gives you 20?
5.
Let's look at number 4. Did anybody get number 4? Three going to 2? No. So what do we do? And? No, no, no. That's on the top. How many times can 3 go to 20 without going over?
6 times.
What did you say, Sean? 2, nice job. We got another 0. 3 goes into 20, how many times? I set this up wrong. How come nobody's telling me? Yes, I did.
Okay, I had it right the first time, but I now Grace then went through how you
Nobody
did
told me
it.
I wrote it wrong. All right, now let's try it. Can 2 go into 3?
No.
Can 2 go into 3 somewhat close to it?
One time.
One time. Okay. Now what are we going to do? Add a decimal. 0. Now, how 2 times what gives you 10? Did anybody get that? Alright, what am I going to put on my outside number? 3. What goes underneath? What am I going to do? Okay. How many times can 3 go into 10 without going over?
3. 9.
10 minus 9?
1.
How many times can 3 go into 10?
3.
3. Minus 9. How many times can 3 go into 10?
2.
3. So it's just going to be a repeating. We're just going to keep getting the same thing. Okay? Was anybody able to get through all those and get them right? Some of them? A couple of them? Alright, let's look at the bottom. Okay, I want you to refer to page 57 in your book. It has, in this textbook, it has the place values marked for you. Okay? Right there in the middle of the page, it has it marked for you. So they want you to turn these decimals into fractions. Okay? So we're going to think of tenths, hundredths, and thousands. For activity 2, all they're focusing on is tenths and hundredths. Okay? So let's look at number 1. What place is the 4 in? The tenths. So when we write this, we're gonna write 4 tenths.
Well, that's how we change it to a fraction.
What about 25? 0.25?
Replace which one you worry about.
So we got 2 numbers, just like here. Hundreds. So we're gonna think about hundredths. So we got 25
Over 100.
hundredths. So we're done. So we only have one place. So if I did decimals in one place, so that would be tenths. So you take 4, you write it over 10. Okay. So just like that, we'll have another board. Now, you have 2 numbers. And it's showing you just told me hundredths. So now you're going to take 25 and you're going to write it over 100 like we do here. Do you get it? Do you know what we're doing, girl?
I have a question.
Just 1 second, Jamila. Do what we're doing. Understand that? Okay, so we have 1 number after the decimal point. Okay? So let's finish. We cover all of these up. 1 number after the decimal point is going to be tenths place. Okay? So you're going to take that number and you're going to write over 10. Okay? Now here you have 2 numbers behind the decimal point. So you're going to look here, 2 numbers behind the decimal point, and you're going to follow that line up, and it's telling us the hundredths. So you write 17 over 100.
Yeah, mine was
Okay?
I don't need 100 with that.
You want to read more? Okay, so what did we get for number 3? 5 over 10. What did we get for number 4?
17 over 100.
17 over 100. Number 5,
1 over 100.
1 over 100. And number 6,
99 over 100.
99 over 100. Do you get that, Darrell? Do you understand? Cece, do you understand what we're doing? Okay. All right, so we're going to go a little more in depth of working with decimals, okay? Make sure if you have any questions, you ask.
Are we doing the next page?
Not yet.
Love that.
What? Okay, how do we round decimal numbers? In lesson 7, we learned to change a fraction into a decimal number by dividing the denominator into the numerator. Okay, remember we just did that. Over here, the bottom number into the top number we divided. The result was often a decimal number with many digits to the right of the decimal point. Decimal numbers like this are difficult to read and understand. Okay, where did we say in real life that we would see decimal numbers at?
The stores.
The stores. Remember we talked about buying jeans, $24.99. Can of soup, $1.09. Okay, you're going to see decimal numbers in real life. Okay? Reading decimal numbers means knowing about place value. This is what we were just working on. This is why I handed out your book so you have it right next to you. I would suggest you write something like this in your notes. So when it comes to take a test, you know all your place values. Because you cannot use your book on the test. I would write exactly this. I would write 0.64835 and I would make lines coming out of it to show what are the place values. Okay? I would write that on my vocab sheet somewhere or somewhere in my notebook. Because I guarantee you will see something like this on your test. Can you guys see it okay? You want me to make it bigger? Better? I might have used one for somebody else and I was short.
Okay, I'll make it up for you.
What lesson?
4 and 5 for unit 1. I told her just go ahead and move on to the next one for now, and I would work on it for her. She has 6 and she has 1.
Is everybody done? We're done? Okay. Let's go on. This number is difficult to read. Who would be able to read this? Yeah, it's right there. 64. It is read as 64,835 hundredths. Okay? So if we understand place value, we will know the meanings of the numbers. So if you guys understand this, you'll be able to understand how these are written. Okay? That's why it's important that you guys wrote it down so you always have it. Okay? But for most of us in our day-to-day life, we will not work with such numbers. Okay? If you went to the grocery store and there was macaroni on sale, you would not see that it's 64,835. You would not see all these numbers. Okay? They would round it and probably say 65 cents. Okay? So that's what they're telling you, that you will not see these type of numbers in your day-to-day life. Okay? Alright. So the rules for rounding decimal numbers are the same as we used for whole numbers. Okay? In this case, we will round this number to the hundredths place. How many places is the hundredths?
2.
Oh, I guess I could have put this up for you guys. Okay. So we're going to round to the hundredths place. Okay? So this is why we have the 8 circled. We are only going to look at the 8. Okay? And we're going to round it to... We're going to round up or down? Okay, so we're going to see where the arrow is, the blue arrow? Right here? That's the number we're going to round. So we're going to look at this one, and Javon just told us that we're going to round up. So what are we going to change the 4 to? .65. Okay. Okay, now we're going to round it again. They changed the number on us. So if we look at the circled number, we're going to round up or down? Down. Well, we're going to keep it where? Now we're not going to round down, we're going to keep it the same. Sorry, that was my fault. I should have said. So we're not going to do anything to that number because the 2 tells us just to leave it at the 4. Okay, so we have .64. Alright. If you guys look in this top section, you have one of your vocab words. Did you guys have benchmarks on your vocab words last week? Maybe? Okay, the important part of working with decimal numbers is knowing what a rational number is. Close to it on the number line. Okay? So this is our benchmark. We're going to be talking about benchmarks. Okay? This is another reason why I want you to use your textbooks also, because it's going to help you on your homework to be able to look at these number lines. Okay? So they have, yesterday we talked about quarters. Okay, we pretty much know those. The thirds is what kind of threw us off yesterday. So by using your textbook, or even making a number line like this in your notes for your test, would be beneficial to you. Okay? So if you look here, we have our quarter, 1/4. 0.33, we have 1/3. 0.50, we have half. 0.67 is 2/3. 0.75 is 3/4, and then 1 whole. Okay? So find the appropriate location for the number that we were just working with. Where would we put this on the number line? This is the one that we kept the same, so when we rounded it, we put 0.64. Where would we put 0.64 on our number line?
Probably between 0.67.
Probably, yeah, between 0.50 and 0.67. Which one would it be closer to, though?
This is 7.
Yeah, so we'd probably put it like right about here. Okay? If we were putting 0.64 on the number line, we would put it probably about right here. Okay? All right, here's a tough one. I need to make this a little smaller so you can see the whole line. We have 2.83. 2 is our whole number. So when we look at a number line, we have our quarters here, then we go to 1. Now they're going to put 1 in front of all of our quarter numbers.
So you go down to
Okay? Then we go to 2, then they're going to put 2 in front of all our numbers. Okay? So we have 2.83. Jemiah just said it's going to be after 2.75. Because 83 comes after 75. But we have to have it up in the 2 section. Because that's our first number. Okay? Was she right? Comes after 2.75? Okay, how do we work with decimal numbers that never end? Remember that last problem we did on the side over here? And it's just going to keep repeating? It's going to be
I just
0.333333.
put 0.32 with a line on top.
Yep.
Let me repeat.
Yeah, you're right. Do you have a repeating number? Jemiah just told us. Putting a line above it is going to show that by correcting your paper and you put that line above it, you're telling me that that number is going to be repeating.
I don't know.
That's a remainder. So if you just had like remainder of 2, then you put an R2. Okay? All right. Sometimes when we change a fraction into a decimal number, we get a pattern, and the numbers keep repeating themselves. So we just talked about, okay? $11 divided by 3. Does anybody see a pattern?
Yes. 27.
27. Keeps 272727.
0.27 with the line on top.
Yep. So we have a repeating pattern here. What about this one?
Don't you put, don't use 0.57 in it.
So what would you put your line over?
Seven?
She has it.
What numbers are the same in here?
57.
Okay, look it. You have 571428, 571428.
All of it.
Yep, all of it. So when we write this, we would put a line over to the 8. Okay. Yep. Because then it's going to repeat and it's going to be the exact same thing. 571428. Okay? So when we write this, we shorten it up. We put 0.27 with our line above 27. Same thing here. We'll shorten it up. Our line's going to go over 571428.
That would be 1 quote. So this one was my 1 quote. I give you 3 quotes and you'll be happy.
All right.
So give me the 0.75.
Let's look at our applied skills.
I know. You have 0.75 here, right? So on your number line, where does 0.78 fall? What do you think it falls? I'm kind of close to 0.75, right?
Okay, they want us to begin by rounding this to the 10th place.
No. But if you put 0.78,
Oh, yeah.
that's okay. So now, all we want to know is why would you put there?
Because it's 75 and it's close.
So what are we gonna do?
8 is close to the 1
Okay.
You can use your book.
Put down and
Use
we'll-
your notes.
Best you can. Right?
Yep.
Okay, since the next number is 5, why don't you guys go to 2 and 3?
Okay, so we want to round the 10th place, so we're gonna go 1 over. So you just said it?
that. If the 5 is bigger, don't you round it up?
Yep.
So it's gonna be a 3.
Yep. So we're gonna put Point 3. That's gonna go on your top line right here. Now we want to round to the 100th place.
With the trans, just have the same common denominator for our family numbers over. So with this one here.
Okay, so let's look here. What's our number? 1. Are we gonna round? No.
The 6 can't.
So we're gonna leave-
6. So is that gonna stay? Okay. So that means, what did you have to give that 3? What times 3 makes 6? 2.
Alright, we'll look at the 10th place again. Darrell, you know how to round?
So you can do the same thing to
That 8,
So what's 2
what are we gonna change that 0 to?
2, 4, 6, right?
Because it's above 5, we round up.
It's gonna stay the same. So it's gonna
Darrell.
be 6. So
What comes out
5
to 0?
minus 4 is?
Did you say 1 in like a girl's voice?
And you know what, I didn't know.
Did somebody say it for you? So we have an 8, so we're gonna round
Yeah.
1. So we would have 0.1.
We're going to check. Okay.
Okay, now the hundredths. So we're gonna look at what number?
What's your lowest common denominator?
3.
The 3.
4.
We're gonna change anything?
No.
Can't
Nope.
go lower than your 8. Can't go any lower than your higher number. So what times 4 gave you 8? 2.
And then we're gonna look at for tenths.
The 1.
Which one?
So
The second one.
it's gonna stay 1.
It's gonna stay 1.
5 minus 2 is? See, go ahead and get that.
Now what number are we gonna look at, Javon?
Can you reduce it?
For hundredths. The 5.
So do the same thing.
Brandon, what are we gonna round it to?
Your lowest number's gonna be 8.
Well, we have a 5 here, so what are we gonna round the 1 to? Is it gonna stay the same or is it gonna round up?
2.
Which word?
Rewrite that.
Exactly.
2 over 8.
2.
Thank you.
Over 8. Just write it.
Javon, will you give yourself 1,000 for participating, please?
And remember, now you're gonna add.
All right, what about our hundredths? Oh wait, that was our.
Yeah, it was
Oh, I forgot to. There we go. All right, 0.378. What are we gonna look at, Javon?
So they're gonna convert
Number.
fractions and decimals.
We're gonna change the 3, we're gonna look at
How
the
to do that?
7. So we're gonna change it. If it's bigger than 5, we round up, right? So we gotta change the 3
So she put the 3
to what?
inside the one on the outside. So that this one's 5. This
To
one's
4.
5, and the 3 is gonna go on 4.
Jemima, what are we gonna do for the last one?
Look at the 8, 7,
So
12.
there's gonna
Yep.
be a decimal in there, right?
So we got 0.38.
And
The 8 here is bigger than 5, so it's telling us that we have to round the 7 up 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're gonna give you
25. I mean 30.
All right.
30.
65.
It's telling us that we can use a calculator to convert the fractions to decimal numbers.
Point
So,
6. That's the decimal point. Okay.
On skill maintenance?
without, oh no, I
6
said
on the
without.
outside.
Yeah.
Can't go in.
Okay, get your calculator out.
So the front number's gonna be, bottom is gonna be 12. Go times 2 is 5. 4 times 2 is, because you gotta times, if you times this one by 4, you gotta times that one by 4.
Okay,
Your top number is
when you put this
38.
in, what number are you gonna put in first?
The bottom number.
How much is in this one?
I'm coming over.
Are you?
So bottom number's gonna be 12.
Huh?
Are you gonna put the bottom number in first?
So what did you have to do to that 4 to get 12?
What, 5 divided by 11?
Yep. Put 5 in first,
Okay.
divide, by 11. What do you get?
Yeah. No.
So,
She's 150.
0.45.
so
0.45.
With the line on top.
With the line over 4.5, because that's what's repeating in the whole answer.
Times 8 was 48, right? So write 48 down here and subtract.
48 subtracted.
But, you know, 6 can't go into 2, right? So add a 0 and drop it down. Nope, so you're gonna leave your 2 there. Add a 0, drop it down.
Okay. Going to number 2. 1 divided by 7.
18 times.
Which is?
3.
Mhm.
Rough enough to it.
1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, 1.
Okay? So where's the repeating that? Where do you put your line over?
Ain't no repeating.
Yep.
Okay. So
What's the very last number that it gives you? 1.
times
It doesn't have enough room to keep repeating. But that 1 right there is showing you that it's gonna start repeating the answer again.
1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7.
Oh,
Yep.
no. if you
So
got
your
two,
line-
Repeating some.
You're gonna write down .142857, and then you're gonna put your line over that whole number.
Because he had 20 here, with that another 0.
So,
It'll be another 3. Because you would add another 0, and you drop it down, it'd be 20.
What'd you get for your next
So
one?
you're just gonna keep repeating that
Point
same
eight
one.
three repeating.
So we always put.
Then you should have got
Put a line over it.
.8333333. So all you need to write down is .83,
Repeating one.
and then your line is gonna go over what number? The 3. Just the 3. If you put your line over the 8 and the 3, you're telling me that it's repeating 838383. Finish the last 2 up. Good? Alright, Javon, what'd you get for number 4? That's right. You got .8 with a repeat over 8.
Oh, they're
Okay,
ahead.
they're ahead.
Brandon, what'd you get for number 5?
But we're gonna get her there.
What do you have in front of 6?
Let's see where.
Do you have a decimal number or decimal point? Okay, so you have 0.6, and where's your line at? Above the 6. Nice job, Brandon. Go ahead and give yourself another investigation. Okay. Everybody understand what we're doing?
So you see this right here. So anything behind,
All right.
hold on.
Why don't you guys close up your calculators?
Anything behind the decimal.
And when I hand you your homework, I'll take them.
The zero is going down the bottom. So like if you're only at 6, that means it would be a lower number. So it would be 6 over 10. If there's 2, it's going to be 6 over.
I'm not gonna do this.
You're going to get it, I promise you. Take it easier as you go, okay? Don't give up on me now because you're doing really good.
Okay, let's look at our homework.
So this would be over what? There's 2 numbers behind the decimal point. So there's 2 numbers behind, so what's it go over?
6, 4,
What's it over?
100.
So 2 numbers.
Okay, so for part 1, they want you to look at the calculator display for each of the fraction and decimal numbers. Round the numbers to the nearest hundredths.
Take a minute and just relax.
Okay? So in your answer, how many numbers should you have after the decimal point?
Take it down.
2.
Okay.
So for number 1, we have 2/3. In the calculator, it shows us as 0.6666666. Okay? So we know we're going to keep 0.6. Do we round up or do we leave it at 0.66?
0.67.
0.67, we're going to round up 1.
I got that right there.
So your answer for number 1 is 0.67.
Round.
Yeah, that was my answer.
You had to change this one too.
Third 6. We can round that 6 up.
2 times 4 is what? 8, right?
Yeah.
So like 8
That's
there.
5. That's going to tell you what to do here.
It should be a 3.
5, we're talking round up, right? Okay, so that 5 is going to change that to what? 8. So you're just going to put 3. All right, activity 2, rewrite each of the repeating decimal numbers using the line over the top. So they gave you what the decimal was for the fraction. You have to find where it changes in the pattern and put the line over where it starts repeating again. Okay? So let's look at number 1.
8, what?
Is 2, 8, 5, 7.
And then
18.
2, 8, what?
I said that.
2, 8, 5, 7, 1, 4.
Okay, so if you look at the pattern there, it's 0.285714, 285714, okay? So you're gonna write 0.285714
Yeah.
and draw the line over that.
I mean, what's the
Activity 3, you're gonna solve for the best answer. You might need to use your vocab that we did the other
Where did
day.
this come from? I thought it was only for half.
And then at the bottom, you're gonna solve. If you have any questions, raise your hand. Use your vocab for the top part, activity 3.